Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. I actually told you in the previous video that I was not going to show you the other side of the sunroof surround repair, but I have decided to do that anyway because I thought of another way to do it that I'm going to attempt. There's another technique to make this panel that I need to repair, and I think I can make it in one big piece if I succeed this. It's a technique that I also used on the Metro some years back. It's all about making a piece of wood that is the shape that you want the panel to be in, and then beat the panel around the piece of wood. That way I think I can make the entire piece with the lip and then afterwards start bending it into shape. Firstly, I want to make a template out of this wood. This wood got a ledge of around 1 centimeter and some, I think it's 12 millimeters actually. That's enough to make that bend down from. So I'm gonna cut this into shape. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark the bend out that I need. Yeah, that's decent. I just got a drawing that I'm going to cut. So now I got the shape of the surround for the sunroof, at least in the area that I need to fix. Now I'm going to transfer that to a piece of metal. And then I'm going to cut that piece out. So this piece I will put on this one. Need to make sure that I do it on the right side, otherwise the bend will be incorrect. It's gonna be like this, I think. I'm gonna flip it around because I wanted to follow that scribe line I made. I want this to be clamped down tight. Now what I want is to fold that edge over the piece of wood using a hammer, and I'm gonna go really slowly because if I just go crazy at one end, it will stretch the material and make it all wonky. It might do that anyway, but by doing it very slowly, I get a better chance for a good result. So let's try now. I actually think I'm just going to go to the floor to do the rest because this is just a bit too flimsy. I didn't get it completely right because the lip is not going down as far as I wanted it to, but other than that, the result is pretty decent if it fits. Let's see if it does that. So this is the result I have gotten right now. Let's check on the car whether it fits. This is decent, it really is. It's not perfect, but again, I need to remove the old material to really know where I'm at, and I should have done that before making the template even. But I can make this work at least. But now I don't have the bends. This is completely straight now. And I want it to go down a little bit there. A little bit like this on this axis. And a little bit down out here. Let's go ahead and put this into the shrinker. If I shrink this, it will start a curvature. And it's doing that really quickly. I have to be careful not to overdo it. I think this is decent. Unfortunately, it's not the right size for the car. I will have to make a little piece right here because, well, actually I did see it coming. I was just hoping to be able to stretch it, but this was the largest piece of metal that I had in the correct gauge. So, yeah. But do take a look at this. It fits pretty nice, and if I put it on top, it fits the curvatures right. And as you can see, it doesn't reach this point, so I will have to make a little piece right there, which is annoying because that will be difficult, but it's just the way it is. And another thing is, this camera has now been filming for 25 minutes, and it's a one take. I will be editing it down, so it's not a full 25 minutes, but all you have seen in this clip so far has been done on 25 minutes, so this is a way better way to do it than the one I did yesterday. But you live, you learn. And this was really interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna cut the old rust away off camera and then take you back when I have welded this in to show you the result. So this is one day later. I cleaned the rust underneath and painted it, and painted the underside of this, and have started to tack weld this piece in. And it's just a million times better than the other side, which I'm also satisfied with. But looking at this, it's just... This is just way smoother and way more easy to make pretty, I think. This over here needs a lot more filler because of this. But this is the way to do it. I am slightly annoyed that I didn't realize this a little bit quicker, because I could have made the entire piece this way in one big piece. Another thing that is annoying is this piece wasn't long enough, so I have to make a cut there, which will also distort and need a lot of filler. But I'm too cheap to buy another piece of metal to do this, because if I were to do that, I would do the entire thing from scratch, and I don't want to do that because I want this car to be running. But now I know I can do this, and if I ever have to do it again, either on this car or maybe on the Metro GTI, got the same problem, this will just be way better. I'm going to continue on welding this in and then take you back when it's all done. It's now finished. And it's really rough in areas, but this new technique is just way better. But of course, doing two different techniques is not really flowing together really nicely. And yeah, part of me really would like to redo it to try to make it nice, but it's just not the point of this restoration right now, at least. But this is the end of the welding on the roof. Now I can start making it a little bit nicer looking with a lot of filler. Firstly, I will grind down the welds and smooth them out a bit, and then start that process. So this is the final result after the grinding. And I think I really like this side. Yeah, I learned so much in this process. I'm gonna go ahead and start filling this with 1,000,000 liters of filler, and then hopefully it will become a decent repair. This is the end result after a lot of filler and sanding. To be honest, I think I should use maybe 3 or 4 times more time on doing that than I have actually done, because there is a lot of imperfections still that could be fixed with more filler, more sanding. But I'm struggling with my patience when it comes to this part of the job. I like the welding, I like the fabrication of the metal work. The filler and the sanding, not so much. It's really not my strong point. I'm working on that. I think a lot of it is down to techniques being wrong, but I am satisfied with this result. I am now going to paint it with some epoxy primer, and then I will give it a lick of paint. I ordered the paint color, and hopefully it matches, and then I'm going to give it a lick of paint. I also grinded down the rust bubbles out here. No holes, but grave rust is there, or pitting. But I'm gonna hope, I have treated it with some rust converter, and I'm gonna seal it with the epoxy primer. So that is pretty nice. And also, I have done a bit of welding in here. We got a patch right there. Needs to be grinded down now. We have a patch over there and a patch over there. I still need to fix a patch over there. But all in all, I only think I have to weld 2 more holes in the interior, and then I can actually put the seats back in and all that, because the rest of it is, there's still a lot of rust, but it's not in the cabin, and as you can see, the cabin is filling a lot, the seats and all that, and also it's nice to be able to move the car in and out. So I'm gonna weld the last hole up and then start to reassemble and clean the interior, because I have a lot of nasty mold on this interior, and it needs to be cleaned up. Otherwise it would be really unhealthy to drive it. But I'm gonna mask this up now and give it a lick of paint. This is all for now. I actually didn't plan to make this video, but I thought it would be fun to show you the other technique, and I'm really inspired to do more work like this after that, because it worked out really nicely. Right now I'm tempted to just go ahead and get the Metro GTI in here, because it got the same kind of rust. Now I know it's possible to fix and to get a decent result, so that's nice. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.